So, something that I don't think a lot of people see, they see the incident, like June 2011, where I tackled my mother and got physical with my mother. They see the incident of me smashing the plate. They see the incident of me punching holes in the walls. But I feel like, and I know people say you aren't the passive one in this household, Andrew. You take accountability. You're abusing your elderly parents. But I feel like they are narcissists. They are abusive to me. And I feel like they narcissistically bait me. They say things all the time to try to trigger me into reacting. They're trying to trigger reactive abuse. So the incidents where I react and lash out are kind of like, it's kind of like, like somebody who's hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting a dog through verbal berating somebody verbally over and over and over and over again, trying to intimidate somebody, trying to put somebody in fight or flight mode. Then eventually the victim lashes out and does reactive abuse, and there's no excuse for reactive abuse. There's no excuse for what I've done in those extreme situations, because obviously if you feel your mind, toggling on into an emotional tsunami, go for a walk, calm down and come back to the house in 2 hours. But, because if you get physical with somebody or you punch a hole in the wall, you're going to be going to jail. That's the consequence of reacting to the narcissistic baiting. But also, I think what a lot of people don't see is my mother, and I don't know what my stepfather is, if he's a flying monkey or if he's an abuser or a sociopath himself. I don't really know. But what you don't see is they're constantly abusive to me. And I'm very much the passive one. I'm very much the one who's... You don't see this on social media. All you see on social media is my tantrums. All you see on social media is me letting out my emotions in a tantrum kind of way. But the truth is, in my relationship with my mother and stepfather, they have the power. They have the control. You can believe what you want to. You can believe I'm this elderly abuser and I'm abusing my elderly parents and I have all the power and I'm this monstrous bully. You can believe that if you want to. But quite frankly, that's just not true. And, they have the power. They intimidate me, and, when I do react, and lately I've kind of put my foot down, but for years I was the passive one. For years I was the one, I was like the dog that was getting beaten, metaphorically speaking. And, eventually, sometimes a dog, when it gets beaten over and over and over and over again through verbal taunts, intimidation, lies, gaslighting, eventually the dog isn't going to want to get beaten anymore, and it's going to, punch a hole in the wall, reactive abuse. It's going to bite, metaphorically speaking. And that's what happens in this situation. I was like my mother and stepfather's punching bag, metaphorically. They never got physical with me, but I was like their verbal punching bag. I was like the person they were intimidating. That's the story here. I was very much the passive one. They had the power. They were the sadists. They were the bullies. You can believe what you want to, because obviously the reactive abuse, and when I do these really dramatic things, obviously that erases all the abuse that led up to it.